Hello, welcome to Consequences Plays Return to Monkey Island. I've just set up the stream, so if you're in the chat, can you let me know if you can hear me and see the stream, please? Not sure if anyone can... Yes, okay, perfect. Can hear me and see everything fine. Great, thank you for joining me. How exciting it is to finally be playing Return to Monkey Island after waiting for... I guess not waiting for that long, really. It got announced in April, and here it is. Have people had a chance to play the game? You didn't know it was out? Yeah, it came out on Monday. We're just gonna play the sort of first part of the game. So it shouldn't be too spoilery. We'll see. Finished it last Tuesday. Played it on hard. Yeah, me too. Me too. So what we'll do is we'll just do we'll go through the scrapbook first. See if anyone else joins the stream. And then we'll get started with the game.
Hey, want to see my mighty pirate scrapbook? It's filled with my adventures. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a mighty pirate.
I have the horse armor. Don't you worry about that. I've got the horse armor. I like all of his signatures on this page. I'm not sure which is my favorite. Possibly the bubble writing, but Guybrush doesn't seem to have enjoyed that as much.
In the old days, you became a pirate by completing 3 trials to prove your worth. The pirate leaders were in charge of the 3 trials, acting as judge, jury, executioner, and devoted grog tasters. Treasure hunting is important for any pirate. Mastering sword fighting was more a matter of wits than agility. The test of thievery involved breaking into the governor's mansion. The security was heavy. This is when I met Elaine, the love of my life. She was governor at the time.
I think Elaine is probably my favorite character in this game. I'm glad she was in it as much as she was.
Things took an unexpected turn while I was working on the 3 trials. Elaine was kidnapped and taken to Monkey Island by the nefarious ghost pirate LeChuck. I scraped together a crew. Carla, Otis, and Meathook joined me on my voyage to Monkey Island to save Elaine.
Yeah, it was a shame they took Morgan out. I think Ron said on Twitter that they had a lot more made, but they decided not to use them.
LeChuck thought he was in love with Elaine. My first ship was the Sea Monkey. I bought it at Stan's used ships with a letter of credit that I, sort of falsified. Monkey Island was a steaming volcanic mystery, covered with jungle and not found on any map.
Okay.
On the island was a gigantic monkey head statue with hidden catacombs underneath. You had to brew a special potion just to find Monkey Island. I made some substitutions, but it got us there just the same. There were some people living there who claimed to be cannibals, but I think it was just a show for the tourists. LeChuck's ghostly ship was anchored in a lake of lava hidden beneath the island's surface.
Hi Krugos, thank you for joining the stream.
The monkey head opened with a special key that you stuck in its ear. I met an old castaway there, Herman Toothrot. He and the locals wrote a lot of indignant letters to each other.
I'm glad Guybrush never forgot about the letters.
we wound up back on Melee Island for the stunning conclusion to my first big adventure. It turned out Elaine already had everything under control. How does she do that? I made it to the church just in time to stop the wedding. Or so I thought. I defeated LeChuck, and he basically exploded. It was the beginning of something magical. These are from the time I went to find the treasure of Big Whoop.
Wally!
I met my good friend Wally, who makes maps, and I stole his monocle. Good times.
Hi, Sinbad. Thank you for joining the stream. Started playing at the weekend, still haven't finished it. Well, hopefully we're not going to go too far into the game. Maybe the prelude and the first part, maybe.
The map to the treasure had been torn into 4 pieces, which, let's face it, is about as piratey as it gets. Elaine always seems to know when I need her. The mysterious voodoo lady at the International House of Mojo taught me to make a voodoo doll, which came in handy more than once. Again, it came down to just me and LeChuck at the end. He was using magic, but then, so was I.
I was surprised that they only used 1 page to sum up Monkey Island 2. That struck me as a little bit odd, considering how important it kind of is to the story.
One time, Elaine got turned into a statue. Well, LeChuck was behind it, of course. That guy never gives up.
Hi Rachel, I played it on easy. So hard. I didn't think hard was that much harder than the easier version.
Eaten by a snake.
No mention of Largo. Crazy.
I got buried alive. It was around this time that I met Murray, the allegedly all-powerful demonic skull, after a rousing sea battle. I erupted a volcano on purpose. There's not a lot I wouldn't do for Elaine. Things backfired on LeChuck because Elaine and I got married when it was all over. Game, set, matchmaker. This was a great day. Though in retrospect, we shouldn't have had the scum bar handle the catering. This is the daisy we stomped on together. Wedding traditions are weird. It's either Elaine's wedding veil or my handkerchief. We got them to match. Elaine and me together forever. The daggers are symbolic of cutting through troubles, I think. I wrote a great haiku for the wedding invitation. I don't know why you have to have candy-coated almonds at a wedding, but apparently you do.
I like that they added this into Scrapbook as well, because obviously we never really saw the wedding.
Oh man, this was that crazy time LeChuck teamed up with an Australian billionaire and tried to use a mystical talisman to make Elaine his bride. LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. The ultimate insult wasn't really ultimate, or even an insult at all. Or was it?
I like that as well, because the ultimate insult was a bit nuts.
Everything started because they thought Elaine was dead, so they held an election to replace her. I made a goofy monster out of prosthetic body parts. It didn't help with anything, but I had fun doing it. LeChuck and I battled it out on a grand scale that time. Then there was the time I accidentally let loose LeChuck's pox over the entire Caribbean. Or so it seemed. I had to wear a hook for a while. It came in handy. Morgan Le Fay betrayed me, even after we bonded inside a giant manatee. I should have trusted her less. Elaine wasn't fooled by LeChuck's human form any more than I was. I should have trusted her more. The death card doesn't usually represent literal physical death, except when it does. I went on trial for my life on 4 separate charges. I defended myself, of course. Love did win out in the end.
I don't really get that reference. I don't know if anyone else does.
Love did win out in the end.
It's sad that Van Winslow doesn't get a mention either. But the is it the judge from the trial scene? He gets to appear.
Oh, here's that voodoo doll from the end of my Big Whoop adventure. I defeated LeChuck with this. His leg came off as easy as tearing a loaf of bread.
All right, okay. So we'll start a new game if everyone's ready. We'll do it on hard mode, of course.
Take this, LeChuck! Guybrush, come over here. Gently now. Remove my mask. Will you promise to stop picking on me? All right, I promise. Anything. Just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids. You're not supposed to be in here.
What's next? Let's goof on those two. Pretend they're our parents. Yeah! Sorry we ran off. You were probably worried about murderers and ne'er-do-wells. Don't worry, I found him.
Come on, let's go.
Let's pretend I have powers that make lightning come out of my eyes.
It's so lifelike.
I wonder if it's real. Sorry, boys, could you stop following us? It's creepy.
Yes, sir. Come on. I saw a scurvy dog shack back there. Scurvy dogs. I've never had one of those. No way. You have to try one. It's the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. No fooling. Wow.
So I think Ron mentioned on Glow Kid's stream that he did.
It's got a scurvy dog that was bigger than my head.
That he did the other day, that they recorded the adults doing the scene, you know, the black scene right at the start. Yeah, I like that transition as well. I think I'm assuming it's supposed to be this is now the kids' imaginations. No, sorry, what was before was the kids' imagination, and now this is the reality of where they are.
Have scurvy dogs with cheese inside.
Let's not go back there again. We'll just get yelled at.
Yeah, let's get scurvy dogs instead. I'm hungry.
Chucky's mad for them scurvy dogs.
I once had the hiccups for 4 days straight.
Smells like grog. What should we do next?
We gotta get to scurvy dogs. I can't believe you never had one.
Hey, Chucky, get ready to run. I guess they don't like visitors.
Let's go next door and get scurvy dogs. Did you...
Wakey, wakey, Mr. Pirate. Hello? Boo!
Ha! He's dead to the world.
Okay, so scurvy dogs it is then.
Don't look like words, but there's a picture of a scurvy dog. How much are the scurvy dogs?
Scurvy dogs are only a half piece of 8. That's money that grown-ups use.
I know what a piece of 8 is. Can we get a couple of scurvy dogs?
Sure, if you give me a piece of 8.
Please? Can't you spare something for a couple of hungry kids?
Listen up, you little moocher. Let me tell you something. I don't see that well. For all I know, you could be some really short 30-year-old guy trying to take advantage of my disability. In which case, shame on you. You should know better. And if you really are kids, then I have to tell you, I don't like kids. Don't like talking to 'em. Don't like listening to 'em. Don't like to smell 'em. You come in here, make fun of me, sneeze on the food, spill stuff on the floor, and leave without buying anything. I'd rather have rats.
I've got good news for you then.
I'm an honest businessman trying to make an honest living. I don't need 50 kids a day coming in and wasting my time trying to get me to give them free food.
I guess never mind.
Hey, I know. Let's look for change in the outhouse across the way. Coins fall out of people's pockets when they sit down in there.
How much are those chicken foot fries?
Chicken foot fries are 2 pieces of 8.
Can we get some chicken foot fries?
You got 2 pieces of 8?
No.
Then no fries.
How much is a mug of grog?
Grog's for grown-ups. Beat it.
In France, they call a scurvy dog a chien scorbut.
Can we get a mug of grog, please?
I told you, grog's only for grown-ups. Stop wasting my time.
It says, return outhouse key when finished, or else. They put it on a leg to keep you from walking off with it.
I can stand on my head without using my hands.
Alright, Chucky, you big man.
I'll bring this right back, sir.
You'd be wise to do that. I got the leg from the last kid who didn't bring back the key.
So what do people think of Guybrush's design? Is it everything you dreamed of and more?
Good, you unlocked it.
Please wash hands before leaving outhouse. I'm not touching that gunk. It seems more like something Chucky would do. Gross. Chucky, why don't you look in the toilet?
No way, you do it.
Okay.
Ugh.
Gross.
You don't like you don't like
I
how
would say
Guybrush
2
looks,
scurvy
Raiden?
dogs at the same time.
It isn't a piece of 8, but it's a round piece of metal about the same size and shape as a piece of 8.
That's called a slug. It's like a fake coin.
I thought it was a piece of 8 at first. It looks just like a piece of 8.
Oh, good, because
A fake coin
I
is
think-
almost as good as a real coin.
it's such a great design, and he's wearing the classic blue jacket as well.
Hey, look! I'm returning the key.
You want a medal?
The last free game, so you didn't like the design of the Curse of Monkey Island either?
I can feel it with my tongue.
What can we get with this?
Tastes like a piece of 8. Enough for a couple of scurvy dogs if you want.
Perfect!
Take 'em, boy.
What are you getting?
What?
Just kidding. Here's yours. So good. What do you want to do now?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I think the most unrealistic thing about the game so far is that those kids took one bite and then put the scurvy dogs in their pockets, as if that's a thing kids
Did you
would
know
do.
Your feet won't smell if you don't wash them?
Sounds real. Wakey, wakey, Mr. Pirate. Hello? Boo!
Ha! He's dead to the world. That's my friend Dee. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Chucky, what are you jerk faces up to?
We just got here.
I'm making a list of stuff to do.
Give me that. I'm an expert planner. There. Perfect. See you around. around the park, shitheads.
At home, I've got a collection of old scurvy dog sticks that fills a whole shoebox.
I'm having these for breakfast, lunch, and dinner forever.
So mess around and explore, check out the anchor, beat Chucky in a race, feed the duck, add some sauce to my scurvy dog, practice sword fighting, find a 4-leaf clover, make a wish at the wishing well. Should we do the race first?
Hey, Chucky, want a race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3.
Hey, cheater!
You have to wait until I say go.
I wonder where this path goes.
Hey, Chucky, want a race?
You're on.
I'll officiate. 3, 2, 1, go!
I win!
You love the art in Curse and some characters, but not the main character design.
I have an extra tooth in the back. I can feel it with my tongue.
I think that's fair enough. I like it. I especially like the background design more than anything. But yeah, I get that. Guybrush is really lanky. I guess that's kind of weird.
That's a cool anchor.
That just shows how little you know about anchors. This one's not a very good example. You'd know that if you read as much about anchors as I have. Did you know that anchors originally weren't designed to hold ships in place? They were used in combat, shot from cannons as a grapple when you were trying to board another ship. They started making them bigger. Then, people noted the current bow-shaped design is actually the older design. You can still find the old on a modern anchor. If you look, that's to prevent what's called plummet. The little flanges at the tips are at different angles. Most anchors these days are made of iron. And about 30 years ago, somebody thought of a way. All kinds of people invested but the only way they could keep them from floating. The word anchor comes from the sand. They're called that because when you... Yeah, I'm kind of an...
So here's a fun fact about all of those anchor facts that Dave Grossman revealed on Twitter. Not a single one of that is... Any of that was real. He made all of it up. As just some long-winded joke.
Hey, hands off.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Could we have some of your bread to feed the duck?
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like it as well, the dynamic world
I
movement.
got a scurvy dog that was bigger than my head.
I love how the camera changes and everything. It just makes the whole world feel more real, more alive, which sort of lacks in a lot of point-and-click games because quite often it's static screen or it might scroll across, but the camera really gets in there on this one.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Could we have some of your bread to feed the duck?
I don't think so. We brought it for ourselves.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Will you pretend to be our parents again?
What do you mean, again?
Run along and find your real parents.
Oh, it does mean town. Maybe that one was a real fact. Who knows?
I have an extra tooth in the back. I can feel it with my tongue.
My God, Chucky never shuts up, does he? But Dave did say that he made it up, made all the anchor facts up on Twitter.
I wonder what's in that basket.
Let's find out.
What do you think you're doing? Kids these days have no regard for personal property.
Gotta run.
How rude.
That's a nice tree.
I'm only pretending to look at the tree. I'm actually spying on that couple by the pond.
Let's be frank. You can never hope to beat me.
No way! You'll never catch up to my level.
I win.
I win.
Nuh-uh.
You guys are both pretty weak.
Well, anyway, that was fun.
So who do you think won that? I think Guybrush won that, but then again, I guess I'm a bit biased.
Your sword is as sharp as a banana.
I'll still tear you down to size.
I for sure won that one.
In your dreams?
You fight like kids.
You're about as scary as a bowl of oatmeal.
I'll be sure to break you fast.
I'm so the best at this.
Almost as good as me.
I've seen better footwork from a footstool.
You fight like a doofus.
Yeah, like a doofus, who's an amazing fighter, you mean?
Okay, that was a good comeback.
I know.
You guys give new meaning to the term practice dummy.
I don't know. I think Chucky definitely won that one.
Let's be frank. You can never hope to beat me.
I relish the opportunity, you scurvy dog.
I for sure won that one.
In your dreams?
Your delivery is going to the wrong zip code.
What's this red glob on the ground?
That's ketchup. It's supposed to be really good with scurvy dogs. You're not gonna touch the ground with your scurvy dog. You should put that on your scurvy dog.
It smells bad.
Ugh. Gross.
Yuck! I don't think that was ketchup.
Whoops.
Don't feed the duck. I found a four-leaf clover.
Awesome.
There was still one left. Darn.
Started playing last week and you're
At
on
home, I've
part
got a collection
4.
of old scurvy dog sticks.
And you're loving
There's
it.
a whole shoebox.
That's great. Have you been picking up the achievements? Did you get this achievement?
It looks full.
Oh, I wonder if the couple talk about you stealing
I
their
can
bread.
stand on my head without using my hands.
Excuse me.
Would you boys mind letting us enjoy our day in peace?
Okay.
Thanks.
Did you see the lemon head up the top there?
I should throw my coin in and make a wish. I wish for another scurvy dog.
Those things are bad for you.
Huh?
Told you so.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Mr. Threepwood.
Hey, kids. Having fun?
Yeah.
We got scurvy dogs.
Those have toenails and stuff in them. Ugh, I read about it.
And we were playing your adventures. We just did Big Whoop.
Big whoop. Oh, boy. That takes me back.
I like it when Chucky asked me to put his leg back on. He says it really funny.
You guys always make up the craziest stuff for the ending of that story.
It's fun.
But you can't just change it around. That's not how storytelling works.
A lot of your stories don't feel like they're finished at the end.
What do you mean?
Well, like, there's this one that you call The Secret of Monkey Island, where you went to Monkey Island and fought LeChuck.
Oh, that story has a great ending. There's punching and fireworks. I thought you liked that one.
But you never did find the secret. Not the real one.
Sure, but that's not what that story was about. Kids, let me tell you a story that is about finding the secret of Monkey Island.
Is this a long story?
I think maybe I gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I have to go, walk my tarantula.
Maybe I should go with them.
No, stick around. This is a good one. See, there was a rumor going around that my old nemesis, LeChuck, had somehow discovered the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island. I knew I had to get it before he did, so I went to Melee to get my own expedition started and beat him to the punch.
I couldn't believe that that Guybrush reveal. It was really it really took me by surprise, but in a really good way. I was really happy to see him, little old Guybrush, beating the odds as a pirate. Yeah, Elaine must have something with the name because she does seem to really enjoy it. But someone's got to like it, right? Yeah, the cursed version was very, very good.
Feels good to be back on Melee Island, the hub of pirating in the Caribbean, where every good expedition begins. I'll see some old pals and get things rolling. Or sailing in this case. Hi, I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Remember me?
Of course. We lookouts have a lot of discretionary thinking time. I use mine to revisit my memories of every Anne, Jack, and Guybrush who spent 5 seconds with me a decade ago on their way to someplace else.
Wow.
Relax, I'm just winding your anchor chain. Haven't seen you in a while, Threepwood. What have you been up to?
Well, you know, freebooting mostly, swashing buckles and so on. But now I'm getting an expedition together to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, you're sailing with LeChuck.
What? LeChuck's here in Melee? Is there widespread panic? Are people evacuating?
He doesn't seem interested in carnage at the moment. Ship's just here taking on supplies and crew, as far as I can tell.
Well, anyway, no. I'm not sailing with LeChuck. You know my history with him.
I have a bunch of achievements left to do. I played through the game twice, once on the PC, once on Switch. And since then I've been busy writing my scripts for a bunch of videos I want to release about the game. I dropped one just before this live stream, and I've got maybe 4 more videos I'd like to do, and I'd like to get them out this week if I can, one every day, but it's quite a big ask because I have work to do as well, but we'll see. Writing the videos isn't that stressful because I know exactly what I want to say. It rolls off the tongue quite quickly, or onto the page quite quickly.
That guy steals all my best ideas.
Are you sure it isn't the other way around? Seems like he was here first.
I don't know how he found out, but I'm sure he's just doing this to get one up on me. LeChuck kidnapped my wife. He's always had designs on her. I sailed to Monkey Island to find them and get her back.
Oh, I thought you weren't married yet when that happened. And didn't she more or less rescue herself?
That's not the point.
I love how animated the characters are when they speak.
We've been enemies for my whole career. Everywhere I go, there he is. He plagues me. He's my nemesis.
funny? He said the same thing about you.
He's an evil zombie ghost pirate, terror of the seas, and sometimes the land. A nefarious, conniving, murdering scallywag. A depraved, ruthless villain. And a loud talker. And I'm not those things.
They say opposites attract, but what do I know?
I'm mounting my own voyage. Mine.
Well, you'd better get cracking then. LeChuck's loading up on the outer dock as we speak.
Well, I'm gonna hire a ship and a crew and beat him to the punch. Just as soon as I can get someone to back the venture. I'm a little short on funds at the moment.
In that case, you'll want to go talk to the pirate leaders at the Scum Bar.
Exactly. That's why I came to Melee. It'll be great to see those old guys again. We'll knock back a grog and hash out the details.
Scum Bar, by the docks. Long table in the back.
I know where I'm going.
We'll see.
I'm just going to check to see if I put the writer's cut on. Yes, we got the writer's cut on.
My business right now is down those stairs, with 3 pirate leaders and the fat wad of cash they're gonna give me. I detect a certain resemblance here.
Yes, it looks a lot like an owl, doesn't it?
I could stare at this forever, but that wouldn't be much fun for you. Re-elect Governor Carla. She's dedicated to dedication.
That's our Carla.
I'll talk to the pirate leaders before I go see what LeChuck is up to. I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
I'm here to talk to the pirate leaders about a new expedition.
In the back.
Oh, there's a pirate having a sleep there.
Yarr.
It's a book for storing collectible trivia cards. Looks like someone just left it here unattended.
How many different geckos can you spot at the monkey head location? Dunno. How many torches? Dunno. Dunno. How many hot air balloons can be seen from the park? Oh, also don't know. Very much, you had to be there.
Have you seen the pirate leaders around? This is their table. In fact, you'd probably better move. You don't want to get caught sitting here.
It's our table, Rummy.
We're the pirate leaders. Get lost.
I hadn't heard there was a change of leadership.
Oh no. Did nobody remember to notify you?
Maybe your party invite got lost in the mail.
Where are the 3 older guys who used to hold court here?
Who cares?
Probably crying in an alley somewhere, wishing they were still relevant.
Making up trials for each other and writing memoirs that no one will read.
Is it you I should talk to about financing an expedition?
An expedition? Who is it that you think you are, exactly?
I'm Guybrush Threepwood. Probably you've heard of me.
Probably not.
Permission to slaughter the annoying old wastrel man, Captain Madison.
Wait, it was Captain Madison? She's like famous! I've got her on a trading card. Her plunder stats are amazing!
Plunder stats aren't everything.
Then the others were Captain Lila and Captain Trent. It was Lila who threatened to kill you?
Look, they weren't that great, okay? Listen to the story.
Want me to slaughter him?
Don't bother. He's just a harmless hack who thinks he has a good idea for a pirate raid.
Exactly. It's a raid.
Fine. Well, don't keep us in suspense. What's the target?
Yeah, I really like Captain Lila. The other 2 I'm not too fussed about, but I think Lila's a great character.
I'm going to find the secret of Monkey Island.
You're wasting our time.
The secret? I didn't think that was even a real thing.
It's a personal passion of mine. I really want to find it.
Your weird fetishes are not something I need to hear about.
Okay, I'm sensing some reluctance, but hear me out. Would you at least consider advancing me some funds? It's a surefire investment. Triple your money or your money back.
Not interested.
If you don't take this opportunity, LeChuck will grab it.
LeChuck?
Yes, the dreaded zombie ghost pirate LeChuck himself is also going after the secret. He's here in Melee getting ready right now. If that doesn't prove it's a worthwhile venture, I don't know what else to tell you.
Great. Problem solved.
Excellent. You'll do it.
No, of course not. Why waste money on an expedition when you can just join the one that's already going?
Have fun with your scary ghost friend. Bye-bye.
Well, the slight problem with that idea is that LeChuck and I are basically mortal enemies. Fine. I don't need you or your money. I can do this on my own. If I can't buy a ship, I'll steal one. I'm a pirate. I'll find a way to get to Monkey Island no matter what it takes. I like the old pirate leaders better. How clever. Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job? Step this way.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short a swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
And I really like Rose as well. I think she's a great addition. Although I'm not sure why she couldn't have just been Largo.
Absolutely. I'd love to be a swabby. Swabbing is one of my favorite things in the whole world. The restful, mindless repetition, the delicate scent of old soapy water, the proud satisfaction of a sparkling plank.
Okay. Save the strokes for the decks. The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Andrew LeChuck, nephew.
Oh, ballsy play, Andrew. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. I'm sorry, can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop. I hope this isn't one of those party cruises. Say what you want about my evil, horrible nemesis LeChuck, but he does know how to stock a ship. No parking of demonic, ghostly, or undead vessels or scooters. Tuesdays 3 to 4.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Largo actually died in the fortress explosion.
Why was Wally in such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
Elaine?
Guybrush!
Wait, are you going to tell a mushy part now?
A little, but I can skip over the hugs and kisses. Elaine!
Guybrush!
How's your scurvy prevention project?
It's great! We're going to get a lot of limes to a lot of sailors and save a lot of lives. I've got to come up with a way to deal with Captain Madison, though. The pressure she's putting on the town is making it hard for social programs like mine.
Initially, yeah, I thought if you didn't... Flambe, because he was such a different, unique and different character, for some reason I thought maybe he was going to be Largo and somehow LeChuck had turned him into a literal demon somehow.
You won't believe how I'm getting to Monkey Island.
I've known you a long time. Try me.
I'm planning to sign on to LeChuck's crew, mutiny them, and take the ship.
Oh dear. Isn't there an easier way?
Oh, trust me, that is the easy way. Sounds like we've both met Captain Madison.
I don't like her. She's the one who pushed to shut down the shipyard.
She doesn't understand the value of the secret of Monkey Island.
She laughed at me.
Me too.
Obviously, the woman has no taste and a lousy sense of humor.
I feel better just talking to you.
Me too.
You've probably got to get going.
You say goodbye first.
No, you say bye 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 first.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
It really warms my heart how in love these two are.
The problem with this statue is it's not a statue of Elaine, the best ever governor of Melee. Honoring Melee Island's 27th governor, Carla the Swordmaster, for her heroic actions at Santo Domingo. It's Elaine's flyer about how limes combat scurvy. It's important, but boring. I've never once made it all the way to the end. Elaine would kill me if she caught me pulling down her flyers. Well, if it isn't Frank, Fred, and Finn, how are ya?
What you be talking about, boy?
Oh, whoops, sorry, I mistook you for someone else. In a good way, I promise.
Aren't you that Guybrush Threepwood, what wants to be a pirate?
And you're the pirate leaders. I was looking for you.
Aye, well, we're not the pirate leaders no more.
Former pirate leaders is what we are.
Yeah, I already met the chilling trio who took your place. And your table.
Escaped with your life, I see.
Yeah, it's a shame the men of low moral fiber didn't show up. But at least they got a name drop. I think that was a name drop for them.
What did you mean, wants to be a pirate? I've been a pirate for a long time now.
You may call yourself that, but remember the 3 trials.
I remember them. I was proud to complete them. I still talk about it sometimes. Ad nauseum, Elaine says. It's Latin for something.
Be that as it may, I don't recall us being presented with evidence as to the completion of all 3. That were part of your instructions at the time.
Oh no, really?
'Tis true enough.
Listen, can this wait a little longer? I've got a lot on my to-do list right now.
It matters not. We've all of us moved on.
Hey, dear Grindy. No, we're playing on hard mode, but we've got the writer's cut version on, which is why the pirate leaders are in this alley. For some reason, they removed it from like the official version of the game.
I'm going on a journey to find the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret?
What a prize!
That's what I tried to tell those clowns in the bar.
They say the pirate what holds the secret can never be sunk, that the wind always fills his sails.
In the old days, we might have gone after it ourselves.
But we've got new fish to fry, so to speak.
We've sold our ship and sunk all of the cash into our next venture.
Yeah, so what that is, so if you go into text and languages in the settings, and if you turn the writer's cut on, there's just more dialogue basically, which they've cut for pacing of the game. But you know, if you want that, you can add it back in.
Tell me about your next venture. What is it?
'Tis a fish shop on the high street where the general store used to be.
A place for buying of fish and telling tales about the catching of fish.
We'll be open on the morrow. Be sure to stop by.
We'll give you the friend's price on the unpopular fish.
You said you don't have a ship? Where do you get your fish?
From reputable sources.
We'll give you an additional discount if you don't talk about that where people can hear you.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of extra juice for a second playthrough.
How is it that you're not the pirate leaders anymore?
Time and democracy, boy.
A lot of our supporters be dead drunk, or retired.
Our eyes be sharp and our judgments keen. But once you be labeled old school, that's all that gets seen.
The traditions of the 3 trials have become a joking matter in some quarters.
Dark times.
Aye. They even water the grog and mix it with fruit these days. Won't even strip the varnish off a deck.
I wonder why the middle pirate never talks. Is he only vocal when they chant stuff at the same time?
Why'd you pick this corner instead of one closer to your fish shop?
The woman as lives above the shop location is doing a bit of haranguing today. We'll stay clear of her. Thanks very much.
I'll see you around.
Seems likely.
Oh, yeah. That clock has been broken for decades now. Ah, the International House of Mojo. This place hasn't changed in years.
Welcome, Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again.
I have been waiting for you.
You mean...
Fate ordained that you would be here several minutes ago. Only you can manage to be late, even when you are fated to arrive.
It's a gift.
Allow me to seek knowledge on your behalf.
Will it cost me anything?
Pride, free will. Not much. The way to the secret is like a serpent which swallows itself. Many obstacles lie ahead.
Serpent, obstacles, got it.
Ooh. You must walk the path. Yet you have already walked the path.
And now I'm going back again.
When you are unsure of the way forward, open this book for guidance on what is to come.
It can tell me my future?
In a way. Think of it as a book of hints.
What is it really?
A book of hints. Use it wisely. To know too much diminishes the voyage.
Neat. Thanks.
No charge.
Did anyone end up using the hint book on their playthrough?
What's this thing?
It's a forgiveness frog. When no apology will do, give the forgiveness frog. It's like a card, only much better because it's a frog.
I've never heard of that before. Are you sure it's real voodoo?
No comment. It works. Trust me.
I'll take this forgiveness frog.
It can help someone forgive even very old transgressions.
Pointy.
It is a non-magical ceremonial knife. Very sharp indeed.
Oh, I'd like this knife.
An excellent choice. I will need you to verbally agree to a release of liability.
Okay.
This product is not to be used in the commission of any crime, including vandalism, jailbreak, and theft of ancient priceless artifacts.
No problem.
Threatening, frightening, stabbing, shaving, or manicuring yourself or another person are likewise considered outside the scope of acceptable use.
Oh, okay, I guess.
The product is not balanced for throwing. Throwing the product violates these terms and will invalidate the warranty. Whittling, scrimshaw, mumbledy-peg, juggling, and any tricks involving stacking or balancing the product may cause serious injury and should not be attempted by unlicensed persons.
Uh-huh.
Use with breads, spreads, bedspreads, or thread may damage the product. If damaged, the product should not be used. Product is sharp and should not be carried in a pocket, coat, belt, hatband, handbag, shoulder holster, or sheath. At all times, keep the product away from children, pets, the aged or infirm, clowns, pirates, and adults. Where possible, it should be locked securely in a vault. The manufacturer accepts no responsibility for the consequences of any use or misuse of this product. By verbally assenting to these terms, purchaser hereby assumes all liability, past, present, and future, throughout this and all possible and impossible universes.
Oh, is this where I say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything I am allowed to do with it?
I am not able to answer that question, as it could create a liability issue.
It's a creepy shrunken head with long, stringy hair. I didn't know these were a voodoo thing.
They're not. But the tourists like them.
Ever the businesswoman.
I'll take this disgusting shrunken head.
That's my last one. Quite the bargain.
I've got a few coins for incidentals. It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
No, I didn't pick up the head on my first playthrough of this part.
Hey, Wally.
Well, 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 look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. Whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
I used the string that you get on in the kitchen, the chef's kitchen. I don't recall finding any gloves.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
I was hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island?
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. A little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
It's great to see you landed on your feet after all these years.
Business has been booming with all these new dark magic pirates. Captain Madison has me on a lucrative retainer. She pays extra for a bunch of wacky symbols I just make up.
I'll let you get back to cartographing.
That's not a real word.
Uh-huh. I didn't know you made globes, too.
I don't. This is for reference. It's got all the latest continents.
Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
I never burnt anything in the
They're like glasses,
in the fire.
only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says maps and more on the edge.
Thanks. Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. This map shows both sides of the globe.
It's twice the value.
Ooh, looks chilly up there. It's a long, small map of somewhere far, far away. What's this a map of?
The secret movements and activities of my competitors.
That sounds reasonable.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done. Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait, let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Yeah, I think the horse armor doesn't really have that much use at all. There's just a few comments about it, and that's it.
The note says, "Forced to close. Thanks for the memories, but cash would have been better." Aye.
Everybody thinks they know more than the other.
Okay. Employees only. It seems to be stuck closed.
We're doing hard mode at the moment.
Aww, this is where I risked my neck for Elaine, and she showed me she only needed me to risk my heart. Also, the windows need some work.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed about how many people could react to the horse armor.
A visitor! Wait. Guybrush Threepwood?
Otis!
Howdy, kid.
And Stan. Otis, old pal. You haven't changed much since I last saw you.
I blame the government.
In fact, didn't we first meet right here?
Not at all. I was in the other cell that time. You look different somehow. New art style?
How nice of you to notice. Big news. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
That sounds fantastic! You know what I remember most about Monkey Island? The time you busted me out of jail right before we went there. I don't cruise ships anymore, but maybe you can still help me out. Like you did all those years ago.
Yeah, I'm sort of planning on hijacking an existing crew instead of recruiting one. But maybe I can spring you anyway, for old time's sake.
I would be most appreciative. A locksmith has opened very conveniently across the way. I am told locksmiths can make keys for things. Things like cell doors?
Imagine that. What did they get you for this time?
I'm a victim of circumstance. Circumstance being that too much attention gets paid to little things that don't hurt anyone, while hard killers roam the streets with pistols and swords.
I noticed you didn't say what crime they locked you up for.
It was nothing. I was just picking some flowers.
In the forest?
No, that's illegal. I learned my lesson. I picked them from the governor's garden instead.
Picking flowers from the governor's garden sounds like an unwise choice.
We used to be friends. Sort of. Anyway, they aren't even her flowers. Taxes pay for them. It's public property. I don't know why anyone bothers me about it. I don't hurt anybody.
We'll accept the flowers.
They're annuals. They're doomed anyway. Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here. It's custard night. I don't think I can take that again.
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Thanks.
It says jail rules. 1. No escaping. Hey, Stan. Would a set of horse armor do you any good?
Oh, it already has. What a fantastic marketing gimmick. Everybody's a sucker for horse armor.
Hey, Stan.
Hello there, son.
Oh, sorry to see you in jail.
Thank you, son. I appreciate the thought. I'm sorry to see me here as well.
I was really hoping to buy a ship from you.
Well, now, normally, I would do absolutely anything to get you into a comfortable ride right away. But my hands are tied. They're shackled. I can't do it. Not at any price. I'm completely out of inventory. Every ship on the lot was seized by unscrupulous lawyers who don't care about your sailing needs the way I do.
Okay, don't worry about it. I've already got a plan to steal a ship from LeChuck.
Well, if you don't get killed, look me up afterwards. I'll give you a good price for anything that can stay above the waterline. Naturally, it'll have to be store credit until I get back on my feet.
What did you do that got you arrested?
Let me tell you something, son. It's not what a man does that matters. It's who he is. Maybe one day, in a moment of weakness, he crosses a line. But if he's confident about what's in his heart, he can hold his head high. And you know what's in my heart, son?
Blood and goopy stuff?
People. People are in my heart. Anything I may have allegedly done, you can be sure I did it because I care about people.
Would it help if I broke you out of jail?
Now that's a kind offer, it truly is. Warms me to think that you'd do that for your old pal Stan. But I've got to think about the optics. I don't want to damage my case, and escaping from jail doesn't look good at trial. So thanks, but no thanks.
What exactly did you allegedly do for people that got you arrested?
I gave them what they wanted. Now naturally, people don't always know that they want the things they want. Sometimes it takes a man with a talent like mine to show them the way. And sometimes people who are jealous of that sort of talent will try to put all sorts of unpleasant labels on it. They use hurtful words like scam and misrepresentation and even fraud. But it's all just marketing, son. As natural as the rocks and the trees and the Malay Island flounder birds. And that's why I'm not worried. I'm awaiting final judgment of the court, but I'm certain I'll be acquitted. They don't hang people for marketing.
Are you sure you don't want me to break you out?
115%, son, but thanks.
It sounds like you should have been arrested several decades ago. I mean, why now, all of a sudden?
One word, jurisdiction. I was expanding my core business, you see, trying to provide ship owners with a variety of ship maintenance necessities. Sponges, barnacle scrapers, repair manuals, rudder tape. I had a whole line of products. I expanded my distribution to other islands all over the Caribbean. And that's when I ran into trouble. Some of those islands have different laws, you see, that might not seem so fair to men like you and me. They slapped me with a ton of paper, talking about things like standards of quality and consumer protection and environmental impact. They didn't understand that I wasn't really selling porthole wipers. I was selling happiness. And my customers were happy. They were perfectly happy right up until some clown with a briefcase came along and told them they weren't. It's a crock, son, and that's why it won't stand up in court. I'll be out before you know it.
Didn't you used to have a law practice or something?
Used to, but I was disbarred for what we former law practitioners call moral turpitude.
Is that a real word?
More or less. It's one of those handy catch-all words that you can use whatever you want because it doesn't mean anything specific.
I think only the start of the game is set after LeChuck's revenge because, although it's rare, Guybrush does reference the events of other games during the bulk of the game.
Are you sure you don't want me to break you out?
115%, son, but thanks.
So I think this one is intended to be post-Tales, like where we're playing now.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you?
Now that you mention it, there is one thing I've been missing during my time here in this lofty establishment. In all the rush and fuss and document shredding surrounding my arrest, I completely forgot to grab my toothbrush. If you happen to be passing by the shipyard, you might grab it for me. It'll be on my desk in the office.
Sure thing. I'm going after the secret of Monkey Island.
The secret? Boy, that takes me back. But if you're looking for help, you're barking up the wrong enchilada. Just remember, life has no guarantees or warranties. Only jamborees.
Thanks. That's advice. See you later.
Yep.
Guybrush, you gotta get me out of here!
I'll make it my number 3 priority.
Welcome to my shop.
Hiya. Are these for customers?
Hands off. Those are my last crackers.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Locke Smith.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. And before you ask, yes they did, yes it was, and they really, really wanted me to follow in the family business.
It's really clean in here. Do you have a mop I could use?
I simply don't allow filth to accumulate in the first place. Try somewhere a little less sanitary, like the bar by the docks.
Can you really make keys for stuff? That seems like a magic trick.
Modern locks have serial numbers that tell me all I need to know. No tricks necessary, just information.
It seems wrong that you can make a key from just the serial number.
It's a failsafe, in case people lose their key. You know how people are.
Aren't locks way less secure if all you need is a number to get a new key?
That's why you should never share the serial number with anyone.
What happens if you lose your key and the serial number at the same time?
The numbers are usually engraved on the locks, just in case. And if you lose the lock, chances are you don't need a new key.
Well, what's to stop me reading the serial number on someone else's lock and having a key made?
The numbers are printed small enough that you need a special tool to read them. Only a pro would have a tool like that.
Can I borrow your lock serial number reading tool?
My magnifier? Not a chance. I could be drummed out of the union for that. If you want to play locksmith, you'll have to look elsewhere.
Who's the old lady in the window across the way?
You mean Whitey Bones. She used to be the undertaker here years ago. Seems to know a lot of things that maybe don't quite fit together.
How well do you know Whitey Bones?
Not well at all. But she's been living near my shop for quite a few years. She was across from my old location, too.
But she moved when you moved?
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
I'm on a quest to find the secret of Monkey Island.
Exciting. The story in my family is that the secret is sort of like a key. One that opens all locks at once.
That seems enormously useful.
Maybe. Depends on if you can close them again.
I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything. I've got a system, and I don't like it disrupted.
Oh, we've got a question. How many lit windows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So maybe we can do that. Do that question. I can't remember how many I counted. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 candles are lit. 18, yeah. Trivia go-getter. Can't answer them ones just yet. What ocean species cannot be found in the fish shop on Melee Island? Squid. How many shipmasts can be seen in the street with the sleeping pirate? I don't remember a sleeping pirate.
Carla.
Where does anyone know where the sleeping pirate is? Is that on Melee?
Guybrush Threepwood.
Hello, Swordmaster.
Prepare to taste my blade, you washed up hack.
Let me show you what a hack looks like.
Pretty good, Guybrush. Right on point.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
I like how everyone seems to like Guybrush now and has forgiven him for all of his past indiscretions.
I hope you're not still sore about that thing with the ship that one time.
Ancient history.
Oh, good.
I can think of plenty of more recent things to hold against you.
Oh.
I heard from your wife. She's coming by to talk about scurvy legislation. I assume you're involved with that somehow?
I'm not automatically involved with everything Elaine does just because we're married.
I can see that. If it isn't about the scurvy project, why are you here?
You first. What are you doing here?
Don't be weird. I know Elaine used to live here, but it's my house now that I'm governor.
Elaine says Captain Madison is hurting her scurvy project.
Not the legislative part, just the public funding. The town was in a bind a while back, and that so-and-so, Captain Madison, saw an opportunity. She lent us the cash we needed, but now we're up a creek paying the interest. Things like social programs, waste management, and town maintenance are all on the back burner.
I like that woman less every minute.
You and me both.
Well, the mansion hasn't changed much. Elaine's style is still everywhere. Even the books are hers.
They're my books now, as you well know.
I'm looking for the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you. I don't have it.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
The blurb says it's a solid if somewhat predictable story about a roguish pirate and a doomed romance with a woman of station. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Well, we've got a forgiveness frog.
I like your stuffed, guess it's a dog?
Please, take that and throw it away. It was a gift from the Earl of Thickwater, who is a contemptible pig.
It's a lot of work being governor. said it was a forgiveness frog. Dear Carla, sorry for losing the book I borrowed. I value that you are dedicated to dedication, as shown by your actions at Santo Domingo. Please accept my humblest apology. I've implemented a reminder system for myself.
Okay, let's see how she likes our apology.
This is for you.
You're giving me a frog?
It's a forgiveness frog, for when words aren't enough.
Dear Carla, I'm impressed, Guybrush. Surprisingly thoughtful. Considering it's you, I'm strangely moved to forgive you for losing my book, and I'll treasure this frog as a memento of the time you did something right.
Can I borrow this book?
All right. I was upset after you lost the last one, but you seemed genuinely sorry, so I guess I'll give you another chance.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return this.
And that's how you do that.
It's stupid Captain Madison's book.
Well, you don't actually read it.
It's stupid Captain Madison's book. Thank you.
Thanks for returning my book. Maybe you have learned to be responsible.
Can I borrow this book?
Fine, fine.
Warning, do not try these tricks at home.
Thanks for returning my book.
Can I borrow this book?
Fine, fine.
Does not include Secret of Monkey Island. Can I borrow this cookbook?
You cook like a cow.
That's why I need the cookbook.
Fine, fine.
Thanks. I won't let you down. I'll definitely return this. Ugh, looks like Carla wasn't too keen on getting her portrait done. I've always thought this looked like my old ship, the Sea Monkey. Meat Hook's museum is gone. So is the cable to his island. It's just as well, given the worldwide rubber chicken with a pulley in the middle shortage.
I was really disappointed that Meat Hook's Island wasn't in there. One of the things I wanted to get a resolution to was that damned cave in his house from The Secret of Monkey Island. I think I'm probably the only person in the world that even cares what's down there, but I do care.
The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? It always looks bigger on this side of the island. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now.
That's true, but
it's a dried up old sea sponge.
Ozzy Mandrill got sorted, so Smirk could come back, right? I like that they added some dialogue for it, though.
When this place used to be wall to wall with sword training gyms. Now there's nothing but trees. Progress. Warning. The dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended. Ooh, purple flowers. I'm hopelessly lost without a map.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe he feels like he could never return after all that shame for losing to an Australian real estate man.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks?
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Malay Island, at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Authenticity is our watchword and our pledge. Feel free to explore, and if you have any questions, just ask.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Malay jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on, though, and nothing happened.
The display case is locked. There's some very tiny writing on it. Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine. What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter, written by Elaine Marley, while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
That's a nice oar.
The one with the coffin, yeah. The coffin had a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town, but I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
I particularly like that reference because I think it's it must be a reference to Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here, on Melee.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Good for you.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
It'll turn out to be a t-shirt or something.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Don't sound much like pirating to me.
Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
I did forget the back room at the museum. Yes. Oops, I'll run back there. We gotta go back to the forest, I'm sure.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body is fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes.
Now get lost.
What, not even with Cobb's incredible sales pitch? Also, he's voiced by Matt Mercer. Incredible.
Yeah.
What a great voice actor.
Fancy. Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, you know, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
It was good to see Hob again. I like the addition of adding "Don't ask me about Loom" on his button.
Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I was really considering this. What sort of pirate qualifications have you got, exactly?
I have a great sense of humor, and I like long walks on the beach.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented. I served with Bellamy, Teach, and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Oh.
Yes, you do get you get the fan service achievement, but I got that on my before. And Loom's one of your favourites now. I've actually it's the only one I haven't properly played.
Active little guys, aren't they? Looks like a mugshot.
Stay away from that picture. Stay away from that picture.
Well, it's definitely a mop. Can I borrow your mop?
Put that down before you hurt yourself.
What?
Clearly, there's a lot you don't know about mops. The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
Yeah, we're on hard mode, and so at the moment we're just at the sort of start of the game. But yes, there will be spoilers if you've not played the game, unfortunately. But this is quite near the start at the moment.
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
The twisted rope you can use as the mop head. Yeah, we're on the writer's cut, so there is more dialogue.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
I love how much of a character the cook becomes in this game. I think that's one of the most surprising additions to this game.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time too, but don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop. Pests or garnishes?
A good cook sources local supplies when he can.
Oh, you look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called, or know what's in it, or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
Oh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads, but I can't think about that right now.
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course. I'm a cook. See the hat?
The shrunken head is in the voodoo shop on hard mode. I picked it up earlier.
Good news. I have a cookbook. I found this at the governor's mansion.
Aha! The mystery dish must be in there. I have no idea which one it'll be, so I'll just have to make them all. I'd better get to work. Thanks, Guybrush.
So the director's cut, so what you'll do is you go into settings, then you go to text and interface, and then there will be a line that says writer's cut, more dialogue, worse pacing, or something like that. Just select that, and then you'll get the option. The game doesn't change all that much. It is exactly as it says on the tin. It's just more dialogue to enjoy.
The plaque says, "In memory of looming seagulls of old." I think someone tried to secure a boat with this.
This will be excellent.
So I've stolen the picture, but I
Torn and ugly, but strangely compelling.
have absolutely no idea what you can use it for.
Keep your hands off my mop.
What's new, guys?
Not much, but be sure to come see us at the shop tomorrow.
Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
Hey, Wally. I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Yeah, dear old Wally.
Wally, here's a sample of the wood you wanted. Can you make me a map now?
Sure, here it is.
Thanks, Wally.
I like that they put in a sprint option for Guybrush as well. I really like the art style. The only thing I have an issue with, really, is Guybrush's nose, because it looks like something that isn't a nose. But other than that, I really like it. I think all of the characters look great. I love how the animation of the characters makes them feel more alive. Right, so we've got carnivorous, purple.
A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful...
Okay, so we've got green, purple. Purple. And then we've got green, purple, mushroom. Purple, mushroom, And then it was one last green. Easy.
Wow! The distinctive shape tells me this is the rare, endangered Melee Island mop handle tree.
I really like how Elaine looks. She's one of my favourite ones.
It's like there's a welcoming committee. Mind your mama, little prickly kids. Hey, little fella. If one monocle is good, two is better.
I love that he's managed to set it on fire as well. Absolutely incredible.
It's probably time for them to fly south. Hey, little dear. I must have startled them while I was whittling. Some animals are quite skittish. I made him up. It's a single perfect instrument that I will keep and use for a lifetime. I'll take a shortcut back.
Yes, yeah, it's just following the plants to get through that scene.
Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Museum of Pirate Lore. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now. Ah, crystal clear. I'll just write that down. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that.
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro. If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
Tell me about that newsletter of yours.
The Pirate Times. We publish pirate news, pirate stories, pirate poetry, all things piratey, really.
Emily Ketch from Broken Sword 2. I'm unfamiliar. I do love Broken Sword 2. I've played it a few times, but that's not ringing any bells for me.
I see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit, for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché. I'll have a look around.
Please do.
Now, one thing I don't understand when you talk to him, so you can see the peg leg there and the wooden leg, and then you talk to him.
What you working on?
Crossword puzzle.
And it seems to switch to a different leg.
It's a 6-letter word for pirate.
Why does his legs do that?
Pirate.
That's so
Do
weird.
you get a lot of people in here?
This is the off-season.
Do you get a lot of people in here?
This is the off-season.
Hi again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not.
Yeah, the forest map, it's literally just running to whichever plant is by the exit on the map. I can see if you're trying to match it up to which what's being shown on the screen, you'll be there for ages.
Hey,
Threepwood. I shouldn't even be talking to you.
I'm not Guybrush Threepwood. I just look like him. You'd be amazed how often people confuse us. Sometimes I impersonate him at parties, just for fun. We've never even met, and I doubt I'd like him if we did.
Even if any of that were true, it wouldn't matter. LeChuck would take one look at you and go nuts. Just looking like Guybrush Threepwood is enough that I can't give you the job. Sorry.
Yeah, that's LeChuck's ship, LeShip. She's a little girl. Gosh, I don't remember that at all. I'll have to replay Broken Sword 2 sometime.
Looks like this is going to be a long journey.
Actually, I'd like to replay all of them because I never finished The Angel of Death, the 4th game. So I might as well play through them all again and then play that one.
Hey, watch it! Nice hat pin.
It's the emblem of a secret society I belong to.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous.
Ingredients indeed. Brilliant innovation. Coming
Look
along
at my new mop.
nicely.
I made it myself.
That's a fantastic mop. Absorbent, expertly carved handle. It should last you a lifetime of fine mopping. Seems like a lot, but okay. 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon.
Busy?
Yep.
Nah, that one's got a damaged handle, and mine's brand new.
Do I really have to...
Nice and hot. Wonder how long I could stand here before bursting into flames.
Keep your hands off my mop.
No, I didn't really like the change to 3D either for Monkey Island or Broken Sword, but I like the mystery, I like the history and stuff, so I find they're worth playing. Played Indiana Jones Fate of Atlantis a few weeks back. Yeah, I played that recently. I ran through the Fists and the Wits run, and I'm going to do the team one soon. You have to literally try and steal them up from him to get that scene.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Darker? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there. Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Captain Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Oh, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Oh, thank you for joining the stream, Swordman. Good night.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts. Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush Threepwood.
Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Will I succeed?
Achievement depends mostly on the definition of success.
Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
What's cooking?
The Feast of Knowledge.
The Feast of Knowledge.
That never ends well for the knife.
Hi there.
Hello.
No, and don't invest in the British stock market either at the moment.
Hello again. I think I'll browse around a bit.
Try not to touch anything.
At the end of the plank.
My mother's. Please don't touch it.
Let's get some crackers.
I found some cracker mix. You could bake fresh crackers in your furnace.
Thanks. The ones on the plate were getting a bit stale. Take some if you want.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, trivia card. Let's see what we got. How many... What is the name of LeChuck's Scruffles? Oh yeah, gotta get the key. Thank you for reminding me. Mine's all over the place.
Hi there.
Oh, she's baked the crackers already. Look at that.
Ooh, they smell nice and toasty. But I've already got plenty of crackers.
Wonder if I can swap them. No.
Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. This will be for a high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps.
My guess is that that's a Day of the Tentacle reference because Big Ed was a stamp collector in that.
I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got...
God. Right.
Whoa! That's not supposed to be unlocked. I'd better fold this and put it in storage. Then I can figure out what's wrong with the lock. Looking good. That's folded perfectly. That'll do, Parrot. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the museum while I figure out what's going on with my display case lock. Welcome back. Please try not to touch anything that seems like you're not supposed to touch it.
It's a fair request, but one I cannot simply acquiesce.
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north. There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
Well, it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid!
Hey, Stan!
Hello there, son!
I've been to the shipyard. Your office is all boarded up, with your toothbrush sealed inside, presumably.
Well, don't worry yourself about it then, son. I found a dead centipede in the corner that should do until they let me out.
Are you sure you don't want me to break you out?
115%, son, but thanks.
See you later.
Yep.
Yeah, Stan's in jail, marketing-related crimes.
This place being so leaky.
They finally installed running water.
I don't see anything useful here. Classic and subtle. Like me. But I don't need to be wearing this right now.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
Got any other mystical advice or information for me?
No.
What do you make of this eye patch?
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney. As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away.
Good. Great. So, can you charge it up again?
I can. If you bring me one more thing, a particular charm of great power, you must bring me the bite of 1,000 needles. Then I will recharge your eye patch.
The bite of 1,000 needles. Can you be a tiny bit more specific?
No.
All right. See what I can do.
Yeah, we can give it a go. Oh, she's taken it from me already. I can't test it. Sorry. I wonder if we can
soon enough.
show Rose the.
My
I wonder if we can show Rose the mop.
What do you think of this baby? Signature model. I made it myself.
I'm sure it's great, Threepwood, but I can't give you the swabby job unless you magically turn into somebody else.
She's only being fair, I guess.
A classic specimen of Alata needlius, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle, and loads of tiny, sharp teeth. A classic specimen of Alata needlius, a carnivorous vascular dicot. Gotcha, you pointy little trichiophyte. This is a plant with a bad attitude, and enough pokey parts to back it up. I'll treat myself to a purple flower. I hope I don't get tossed in jail. It looks pretty and smells wonderful.
Wonder what you do with the purple flower.
It looks pretty and smells wonderful. Hey, little dear. Another resource has given its all in support of my personal goals. It's what nature is for.
Yes, I've heard that as well, so I'm going to keep a sharp eye out for them.
Can you tell me where to find the bite of 1,000 needles?
I wish I could.
Me too. There you go. Bite of 1,000 needles.
Tell me, is this an ancient, powerful charm, or simply a plant you found in the forest?
You were pretty opaque about what you wanted, even for you. I took my best shot.
Very well. You've always been the close enough sort.
Thanks.
Come, spirits of deception and death, drink your rejuvenation and awaken.
Death?
It's nothing to worry about. John Laney, this hapless boy needs your help.
Hey.
Take pity on him and bring him the power to hide from his enemies.
Well, you don't have to put it like that. That's it?
Unless you want the extended service warranty.
No, thanks. I'm not a sucker. What do I owe you?
Maybe try it on first, before we discuss payment.
Well, how do I look? Yeah! What the heck? I look like a zombie. Is it broken?
One does the best one can with the materials provided.
I'll just wear it when I really need to. Ugh.
You're welcome.
I think I'm ready to set sail.
I could try the flower on her, yeah. Nope. That one didn't work. Maybe we can give it to Elaine when we see her again. I don't think we can see her again until later on now.
I should move farther away from the quartermaster so she doesn't see me. Hi there. You must be the quartermaster.
Yep, you look like a guy without many options. I need a swabby. It's BYOM. So, show me a decent mop and the job's yours.
Okay. should move farther away from the quartermaster so she doesn't see me. How's this for a mop?
Oh, I think that might be someone I used to know. Wait a minute. I've seen this mop before. Where did you get it?
I made it myself.
If you say so. I'm keeping my eye on you.
Does that mean...
You're hired.
Great.
We'll be getting underway soon. Why don't you come on board and I'll introduce you to the crew.
I'm excited to see my stateroom. When's a good time to discuss the benefits package?
Threepwood's on LeChuck's ship. He's got some kind of disguise. From the bargain bin, it looks like.
So what?
You don't think this could be a problem? We didn't plan for him.
I hate not knowing what's going on. I should have taken him out the minute he walked in here.
Don't worry, we'll know what's going on.
Yeah? How?
I've got a spy on board the ship.
So once you were on LeChuck's ship, you turned the tables on them. You whipped out your sword and said, "I'm your captain now. Take me to Monkey Island, where you'll all walk the plank."
More or less.
The name's Gullet, but you're not to call me that. To you, I'm the first swab, and I want to hear the capital letters when you say it.
Capital 1. Got it.
And this is the old. You'll be spending a lot of time down here.
I thought we'd have a union or something. How much time is a lot of time?
All of it. You work here, you sleep here, you take your meals here. Forget the world you knew before. This hold is your world. The hull is your ground. The deck is your sky. And I am your deity of choice. A cruel and vengeful deity. I only have one simple rule. You are not to leave this hold under any circumstances. Any questions?
Can I leave the hold?
But no!
What happens if I leave?
I said you're not to leave under any circumstances.
Well, I know, just hypothetically. What if I did?
The worst punishment you can imagine.
Which is...
I throw you back down here. Nothing's worse than this.
Where's my bunk?
You might be all right inside one of the crates. Otherwise, be sure to cover your eyes. The chickens like to peck. But it's probably safest if you don't sleep at all. The chickens have their ways.
What's for dinner?
Oh, we'd like a bit of dinner, would we? Well, perhaps we can arrange a bit of roast duck under glass for your majesty. But seriously, learn to catch rats. You can drown them in your mop bucket. They make their own sauce.
What if I need to, you know...
Use the portal. Don't get anything on the ledge outside, though. I hate an unsightly ledge.
What am I supposed to be doing exactly?
New recruits. You're all thicker than the chickens.
Is that the whole answer?
You're supposed to be swabbing. I want this hold sparkling, as if it was clean. Now, get to work.
Yo-ho, pirate's life for me.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Aw.
Oi, you missed a spot.
Come on.
Well, I'm not a fan of Gullet, I'll tell you that much.
You missed a spot.
Is that your catchphrase or something?
But I will muddy up LeChuck's ship. It's only right.
Oi, you missed a spot.
Seriously, get some new dialogue.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts.
Oi, you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts.
You missed a spot.
Oh, nuts.
I think I'm getting all the spots.
I'll let that one alone. She's got an egg.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts. Close enough.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts. I don't want to spoil my view. I'll just put a little dab on there. More chickens?
Murray? Indeed, I am Murray, the all-powerful demonic skull. But you have me at a disadvantage, withered zombie man. Have we met before?
I'm in disguise.
In that case, I would think you'd comprehend the value of staying hidden. A curse of painful boils on your left foot for exposing me. I'm here undercover, gathering valuable information for the exquisitely devious Captain Madison.
Madison? Very interesting.
Ooh, I probably should not have said that. Do me a favor and keep it to yourself, withered zombie man.
No problem. How come you're working for Captain Madison? I thought you were your own man. Skull.
I owe her a favor. It's none of your business.
Why do you owe Captain Madison a favor?
Well, ironically, I was sealed up in a crate, and she freed me.
Oh, you mean like I just did?
It's not the same thing.
What exactly is Madison up to?
I would be a poor spy indeed if I told you that. You diminish us both by asking. Knock it off.
Come on. Tell me what Madison is up to.
You diminish us both by asking. Knock it off.
It's an inspirational instructional pamphlet that I'm supposed to carry around. These are all the same. Just a bunch of raw...
Betray trust, throw tantrums, commit fraud, overstay your welcome, bear false witness, destroy the beloved, destroy the beautiful, threaten bodily harm, commit bodily harm, murder those who get in your way.
I wonder what it's made out of. Nice chicken. Don't bite my fingers off, okay? The rest of my gear is in there. I hope it'll be safe down here. It's probably fine.
Wonder what else he brought with them. We never find out.
Driving rain and crashing waves. Perfect sailing weather. It's a really tight fit. I can't quite squeeze through.
You missed a spot.
Go away, Gullet.
Nuts. It's a really tight fit. I can't quite squeeze through. Better. The grease helps. A little.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts. The grease helps. A little.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So it'll be the string, the stuffed dog, the sponge. Oh, and my purple flower. Well, I never found a use for that.
The grease helps. A little. Almost.
Looks like you missed a spot.
Oh, nuts.
Oh, sorry, I keep pressing the wrong button.
Almost. I've got a good feeling about this, but I won't fit through with the mop. It's working. I can't see anything. It looks like it'd be more useful for fishing than stopping.
Blah, 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 blah.
This is a bunch of empty containers of monkey blood and squid ink. I can read the serial number. I'll copy it down.
Found it.
Blah, 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 blah. And so, having slaughtered them to a man, I claimed my prize. Feast your eyes on this, me hearties. The one and only map showing the exact location of the secret of Monkey Island. The map will be kept in my cabin. No one is to touch it or disturb it in any way. Now, before we can follow the map, obviously we must make our way to Monkey Island itself. Let's have the potion report.
Wait, there's a potion?
You don't remember that from my other story? To get to Monkey Island, you have to brew a special potion.
How does the potion work?
I don't know. Nobody does.
Yeah, the crew are
It
great.
just helps you find Monkey Island.
Which one's your favorite? And why is it flambe?
But you and LeChuck had both been there before. Why couldn't you just sail there?
It doesn't work like that. You have to make the potion every time.
Okay, I think I got it.
The potion is nearly finished, Captain. We've blended the squid ink, monkey's blood, mint, brimstone, live chicken, and my very last cinnamon stick, along with several preservatives and coloring agents. All that's left is one flattened skull, and we'll be ready to cook it.
Excellent. You there, in the back. New guy.
Me?
You look familiar somehow.
I get that a lot. I have a common sort of face.
I suppose everyone looks the same with the skin peeled off. Well, no matter. Go and get us a skull. A flat one. Any questions?
Can I have a raise?
Sure. Straight into the rigging, where you'll hang by your ankles for the next few years.
Got it? Never mind.
Yeah, you get used to it.
Why do we need a skull?
To finish the voodoo potion. We just went over this.
Yeah, Bob's great too. I'm glad that he showed up again because he's been missing since the first game, I think. So yeah, it's nice to see Bob again.
Well, why does it have to be a flat skull?
Because the recipe says so.
Where should I look for a skull?
That's your problem.
Okay, I'm on it. One skull. Flat.
Be quick about it then. Meeting adjourned.
We'll finish the potion and then I'll see about getting my hands on that map.
Future's a great shout.
How's the potion coming?
You heard the captain. It's nearly finished. Go and find a flattened skull like he told you to.
You can't do that. Find a regular skull and flatten it.
Nice looking skull you've got there, Apple Bob.
Now, before you get any ideas, I'm a ghost. My skull won't work. And Putra already asked. Why don't you stick your own head in the pot and see what happens?
Relax, I was just making conversation. I'll find a skull someplace else. Sorry if I offended you.
Oh, that's okay. I know you're under pressure.
How's the potion coming?
You heard the captain. Go and find a... You can't do that.
Well, they don't have a lot to say at the moment, do they?
Shouldn't you be up in the crow's nest doing lookout stuff?
The best show is down here. I want to see if you screw up this thing with this skull.
Can I check the crow's nest for a skull?
There's nothing you need up there.
Any ideas for where to find a skull?
I'm really more of a watcher than a helper.
What's it like working for LeChuck?
I can't complain.
Really?
It's in the employee handbook. No complaining. You'll live longer if you remember that, new guy.
Do we have a union?
You sure don't, Swabby.
Gotta go. I've got a job to do.
My condolences.
I think it's just a sculpture. I hope this is a bunch of empty containers of preservatives and coloring agents. This is the one for the ship's shackles. It's torn and ugly, but strangely compelling. Eeh, devil crabs like limbs, apparently.
Look, the LeChuck ship is great.
The very first item in the ship's safety procedures is never to try to pet Scruffles. Top deck schedule. 1 bell, crew voting. 2 bells, LeChuck shouting. Now's not a good time to attract attention. Ahem.
I told ye to find a flattened skull. Do it! Before I decide to use yours instead.
The crow's nest is up there.
I need to find a reason for this picture.
These open plan offices are all the rage now. Reminder to all crew, extinguish demon fire with the proper extinguishment. Other methods will not work. Stop overfeeding Molly, you rotten clods. She has digestive trouble and I'm tired of cleaning it up. I know art is supposed to grab you, but this is taking it too far. It doesn't do much to cut the chill in here, but I'll take what I can get. Nice. A slideshow of creepy zombie guys. Wait a minute. That looks exactly like Elaine's wedding veil. If I'm wrong about what that is, taking it would be a big mistake. If I'm right, it would be a bigger one. I guess it's a good sign if they're not trying to leave? Oh, I barely touched it. It just fell apart. I was barely even here.
I love how long it takes Guybrush to do things as well. He is such a mighty pirate.
I'll probably do my shirt in a few weeks when it starts to get mossy.
Aha! You're out and about.
So messy down here.
Come on. Tell me what Madison is up to.
You diminish us both by asking. Knock it off.
Hey, Murray, why don't you come with me? I can show you around the ship.
No. Hey.
How's it going in there, Murray?
You will pay for this indignity, you worthless skull napper.
I cannot
Let me apologize in advance.
believe they're going to
I
let me
fit
do
one for the
this.
team.
I see no team. Only you, withered zombie man.
Poor Murray.
Let me assure you that whatever you're planning, it will be nothing compared to the torments that I will...
Can't believe he survives it as well.
The headache from my old cannon injury is gone.
Oh, good.
And replaced with a brand new, even more excruciating one. I would admire your methods if they had been used on someone else.
Thanks, I guess. Murray, I'm afraid I've got more bad news for you.
I, Murray, do not hear bad news. I am bad news. My visage is the harbinger, striking abject terror into the loins of those who merely glimpse me.
Unless they're looking at you from the side, in which case they might be afraid of getting a paper cut.
You have crushed me with a mangle. Yes, but I am unstoppable. There is nothing you can do to diminish my...
Next stop, Monkey Island.
Good. Why are you out of the old? You're not ready for the deck. Where's your mop? And also...
Oh, I forgot to mop him with the grease.
I can explain, sir. I guess you'll be first swab now, whatever your name is.
A promotion. I won't let you down.
This'll be ruined now it's spilled. Start making the potion again. I'll be in me cabin, gritting me collection of other people's teeth.
Redo the potion? Is that even possible? No! We barely scraped together the ingredients the first time. We're out of almost everything. Who wants to tell LeChuck? No one should tell LeChuck. Let's not be stupid. Let's tip the cauldron back and pretend we're working on it. Maybe he'll forget about it eventually. You don't know LeChuck like I do. But it'll buy us some time.
Is this one of those times where you substitute different stuff for all the ingredients and it works anyway?
No, they were right. We couldn't make the potion again.
But you told me that you can't get to Monkey Island unless you make the potion.
Well, I did. But, as it turns out, there is a way. We storytellers call what's happening now a twist.
Okay, so what did you do? Was there a magic map? An ancient sea creature? Did you move the island instead of the ship?
Whoa there. Do you want to tell the story or listen to me?
Do I have to answer that?
There was an important piece of the puzzle that I hadn't seen yet. I started by looking around the ship for opportunities.
Hey!
Alright, okay. Flair is just a human, I believe, because LeChuck does allow humans on his ship. He's an equal opportunities employer. Now, I'm going to end the stream here. I think that's a good place to end it, and we'll pick up... Well, I'll come back on Wednesday, and we'll pick up where we left off on LeChuck's ship. Thank you very much for everyone who joined the stream and has stuck around and talked to me about the return to Monkey Island. And as I say, yeah, we'll do it again on Wednesday at the same time. And if you haven't finished Monkey Island yet, I hope you enjoy the rest of the game. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for joining.